Hi everybody, I'm Eduardo and I am a fine art restorer and a conservator. And in today's video, I will focus on the cleaning of this painting. This painting is from the 17th century. It's very old and is also a very demanding painting. So you will notice that as long as I will advance in the process of restoration of this painting, for those of you that are new here, I leave a link in the description where you can watch the all previous episodes about this restoration project. I also want to leave a special thank you for those of you that took some time on my last video to leave me a comment. It's always very nice to read a comment and to know about your feedback about the video. So now, let's continue with the restoration.
This painting isn't just an object, it's a time capsule. Its origins trace back to the middle of the 17th century, created by an Italian artist. Over the years, it has suffered the effects of dirt, damage, and perhaps neglect. Layers of grime have hidden its true beauty, and the varnish has yellowed, dulling the vibrant colors the artist originally intended. Restoring this piece feels like opening a window to the past, a unique chance to reconnect with history and preserve it for future generations. In the last episode, you saw me applying a new linen backing to the painting because both the canvas and the paint layer needed to be stabilized. That process is now complete and I can move on to the next important step, the removing of the facing. The facing was applied because the paint layer was incredibly fragile. Without it, there would have been a significant risk of losing large areas of paint during the restoration process. This temporary layer stabilized the surface, allowing me to work safely. Now, before I can start the cleaning of the painting, I need to carefully remove the facing. This is a delicate procedure because even the smallest mistake could damage the surface. Using a little moisture to soften the adhesive, I gently peel away the facing layer with a spatula. It's slow, meticulous work, but it's essential to ensure the safety of the paint layer. You may have noticed areas where the adhesive used to attach the new canvas has transferred through the front of the painting in spots where the paint is missing. This isn't a problem, as those residues will be removed later during the cleaning process. At this stage, the painting still has a layer of grime and the old yellowed varnish. With the facing removed, I can now clearly see all the areas that needed repair in the paint layer. For example, in some spots, the old retouching has come off during the facing removal process. This is completely natural. Older restorations were often done over the varnished layer and commonly used watercolors, which, being water soluble, it's vulnerable to the water based gelatin glue used to apply the facing. While these losses might seem concerning, they are not a problem. The areas will be retouched by me later in the process of restoration. Unlike those earlier restorations, I use resin based paint for retouching, which are much more durable and reversible, providing a better stability for the painting in the long term. Every step of this process is bringing us closer to revealing the painting original beauty and ensuring it preserves for future generations to appreciate it. To start the cleaning process, I first prepare my setup, gathering everything I think I will need. This includes plenty of cotton swabs, cotton balls, and the necessary cleaning solutions. I like to keep everything organized on my work card so it's easily accessible during the process. The cleaning solution I'm using contains a neutral soap along with a blend of solvents, carefully formulated to remove dirt without harming the paint layer.
So now I'm going to advance to this area of Mary and I'm going to clean it.
I begin in this lighter colored area because it allows me to see the results more clearly and to know how much mechanical action will be required to lift the dirt. As you can see, this painting's palette is built around 30 tones, mixed and layered in a way that creates a very uniform color scheme. This simplicity of the palette makes cleaning particularly rewarding, as even small changes in brightness and clarity stand out dramatically. Cleaning a painting is one of the most important steps in the restoration process. Not only does it give me easier access to the old varnish layers beneath the surface dirt, but it also offers a glimpse of how the painting will look once fully restored. It's exciting to see progress right away, even in these early stages.
So we see that a lot of dirt came out. So now I'm going to change to a clean swab and make a second passage. And I think that on that second passage, I will not remove any dirt.
This painting, created in Italy during the 17th century, carries centuries of history. Its age and origin suggests it was likely hung in a private room, perhaps for personal devotion or prayer. It was a common practice among healthy families at the time to have dedicated spaces for personal reflection. And this piece would have played an important role in that context.
So we see that the second passage almost not not so much dirt is coming off. Now I only have the varnish that I will take off, but with another solvent and with another technique. I'm going to advance now to the area of the clothes.
At this stage, the painting is presenting me with some challenges. While the surface dirt is relatively easy to remove, it still requires careful mechanical action. Thankfully, I can now perform this work safely because the paint layer has been completely stabilized and secured to the original canvas. This stabilization is crucial. It ensures the painting can endure the cleaning process without further damage. Restoring this painting is about much more than just removing dirt. It's about giving the artwork back the look and vibrancy the original artist intended. After the restoration, this piece can be admired once again, allowing a new connection between the viewer and the artist's vision. In many ways, my work as a restorer feels like a continuation of the artist's intent, a way of honoring their creation and preserving it for future generations. Sometimes a painting that appears dull or insignificant is sent for cleaning, and the results can be astonishing. Layers of grime and yellowed varnish are removed, revealing the vibrant masterpiece beneath. In some cases, restorers have uncovered works thought to be by unknown artists, only to find the evidence they were created by famous painters. What was once dismissed as unimportant can suddenly become a priceless treasure. The lesson here is that the true beauty and value of a painting are often hidden beneath decades of neglect. Cleaning isn't just about aesthetics, it can completely transform how a piece is valued and understood. This process allows us to see the painting as it was meant to be seen, revealing its true story and artistic significance.
So now I'm going to use this clean swab, and this is the second passage I'm going to make on Anna's clothes. So now not a lot of dirt is coming out. So in this second passage we can see that not a lot of dirt is coming out. So it's a good sign that the cleaning on the first passage was effective and very good. In this passage it will be okay. The dirt is off and I can access better now to the varnish. So it means that the dirt is off, and now
The access to the varnish is easy, and I will be removing it with another technique.
I love to study and I love to share what I learn. This painting depicts the presentation of Jesus at the temple, a recurring theme in classical art. Many artists throughout history have painted their own interpretation of this moment, each one bringing their unique perspective to the scene. It's fascinating to think about how the same story can be told in so many different ways, reflecting the vision and creativity of each artist. During one of my recent study sessions, I came across another interpretation of this moment by a great master, Rembrandt. In this painting, you can see the same figures, the same characters from the biblical story, brought to life with his signature and style. That painting by Rembrandt is housed in the Mauritshuis Huis in The Hague, in the Netherlands. In this painting by Rembrandt, the painting depicts the infant Jesus is brought to the temple in Jerusalem by Mary and Joseph. There, Simon, a devoted and elderly man, holds the child and proclaims his famous words. Rembrandt's interpretation focuses on Simon's spiritual fulfillment and the intimate connection between the divine and the human. Rembrandt captures the profound sense of reverence and spiritual triumph in Simon's expression. The humility and humanity of the moment are central to the painting. Rembrandt avoids grand theatrical gestures, instead focusing on quiet intimacy and spiritual reflection, hallmarks of his later works. One of the defining elements of this painting is Rembrandt's use of chiaroscuro, the interplay of light and shadow. The soft light focused on Simon and Christ child, symbolizing divine presence and salvation. The surrounding figures fade into shadow, emphasizing the spiritual significance of the central characters, which also happens in the painting I am restoring now. The light on Jesus highlights him as the light of the world, while Simon's face, illuminated in soft tones, conveys peace and fulfillment. This use of light creates a meditative and almost sacred atmosphere. Rembrandt opts for a simplified composition. There are no elaborate temple settings or large group of people. This minimalism keeps the viewer's attention on the profound emotional and spiritual core of the scene, rather than on decorative or narrative details. This theme of aging and spiritual fulfillment reflects Rembrandt's own introspections during his later years. The painting was completed in 1669, the year of Rembrandt's death, adding a layer of personal emotional intensity to the work. Many other artists depict this scene with grandeur and drama, showing large crowds, elaborate temple settings, or rich details. In contrast, Rembrandt's version is intimate and quiet, emphasizing the deeply personal and spiritual nature of Simon's encounter with Jesus. It's fascinating how time leaves its mark on art. Every crack, every faded color, it's a testament to the centuries this painting has endured. But what truly incredible is the transformation that happens when you remove the layers of grime. The vibrant colors and intricate details hidden for decades suddenly come alive again. The old varnish still has to come out, and that will be where I will see a major change. As I work, I can't help but feel excited as I continue this process. Could there be a vibrant masterpiece hiding beneath this dirt? Or perhaps details I've never noticed before? Let's keep going. I'm eager to discover what secrets this painting is ready to share. What secrets did the artist leave behind, now waiting to be rediscovered? Restoration isn't just about cleaning a surface, it's about honoring the connections between the artist and the viewer. It's about preserving a legacy, ensuring that this painting continues to inspire, teach, and captivate for generations to come.